Corradini and Pollicano are drafted in to replace them. Bodin, until now, an ever-present since his summer move from Atalanta, also misses the game, this through suspension. And Jonas Tern, the Swedish star, hasn't recovered from a knee injury. So the former Sampdoria player Fausto Pari starts his first game for nearly a year. Milan haven't lost to Napoli in 8 matches now, and they'll be confident that this lineup can extend that run. Such a strong squad to choose from. Fabio Capello for this one gives a first start to Lentini since his car accident last August. And Jean-Pierre Papin comes into the attack in place of Savicevic, who's injured. Well, not so long ago, in the days of Maradona, Correca and Alabao, this was one of the season's most eagerly awaited fixtures. 5 championships between the two clubs in the past 7 years. But while Milan's success has continued more or less unabated, Napoli have fallen on hard times, massive debts that are threatening to cripple the club. A run in Europe next season would greatly ease their current plight. Well, as James was saying, it's Don Howe who's alongside me into the commentary position today. Don, any prospect here of Napoli causing an upset, would you feel?
Well, what we have got, Peter, we got a lovely day. It's a super day. The pitch looks absolutely perfect from where we are. We ought to see a very good game. I've got to say this, it's a great time to play Napoli. They did make a good start to the season, but they've got a lot of internal problems. And when players are not getting their money, you know, they do psychologically, it's not a good thing for them. So they have got problems. But obviously, Milan, there's no Massaro, no Savicevic, and they have done well over the last few weeks. But they've got in Papin and they've got in Simoni, and we all know about them, the quality they've got. So it should be a classic game, a good game.
Well, it's Napoli who kick off in the blue shirts and white shorts, attacking the goal to our right. This is Pollicano, who's come into the side because of the injury problems. Now Fonseca, the man you feel might just cause Milan problems. They are so well organised at the back, Milan. But Fonseca is a brilliant striker and may well be joining Milan next season. They had inquired about him for this campaign, but the money was too much.
Peter, before the game, Malcolm was talking about the criticism on Baresi when he played for Italy in Stuttgart in Germany. I mean, the same could have been said about Costa Corta and also Maldini. The 3 of them on the night didn't look like, for the sake of it, Milan players.
So I know you saw the game, and it was a disappointing display by the Italians all round here.
Yes, it was. The Germans were superb, I've got to say that. I would say if you've got some money for the World Cup, stick your money on Germany, no doubt about that. But the Italians didn't play well on the night.
Well, Napoli will certainly have to play well today if they're to stop this inexorable march by Milan towards yet another title. That's Iranio, the player injured. So many internationals in this Milan side. They lose 1 or 2 through injuries, they just bring 1 or 2 more in. And Massaro not in the squad today, so we can only imagine that he is being held back for the Champions Cup game against Anderlecht in the week. A big game, of course, for Milan, that one. Away by Tagliatella, who's the goalkeeper for Napoli. And we're hoping to see Massaro again today. He's been in such outstanding form for Milan, but he did pick up a slight knock whilst playing for the Italians as a substitute in midweek. Good work then by Pari, who's suddenly back in favour with Napoli after so long in the doldrums. Now Canio. Fonseca has 2 in support in the box, another one arriving as well. Good defending though by Maldini, who, as Tom was saying, was certainly off colour. Very rarely does Maldini have a bad game, but he was off colour for the Italians in the week. Now Simone, first stick through for Milan, and a miss kick. Oh, so nearly an own goal, with Papin threatening. Was Beer thinking of there?
Great counter-attack by Milan, Peter. I mean, they have got pace up front. Simone and Papin, I mean, once they go in towards the opponent's goal, it's hard to stop them.
This is Simone with the corner. Flares and confetti everywhere. Tagliatella stays back on his line. Whacked away by Pollicano. Baresi to tidy up for Milan. They have this 9-point lead at the top of Serie A. They can't win it today, but 2 more victories will make certain of the title. Juventus today are away to Cagliari, and Sampdoria at home to Foggia. Parma played on Friday night. Details of that game to come a little later. Baresi.
Peter, what a great chance it is for Papan today. I mean, with all the controversy about him leaving Milan this last couple of weeks, he's a chance for him today to really show what he's worth. And the same virtually with Simone. The only thing about those two playing together up the front, they're very similar players. There's not one a target man. They're both the type of players who like to play up a target man. And it'll be interesting to see if they can play together.
This is Gambaro. Of course, he's on loan to Napoli from Milan. So he'll be hoping to impress today. It was Maldini with the clearance. As Napoli threatened to stretch Milan then. Shepherded out by Bia, who's the sweeper in the Napoli side and was known as the Baresi of Serie B last season before moving up with Napoli. So interesting to compare him today with the great man himself at the other end, Baresi. Here he is now, wearing 6, of course, for Milan. And it was from Lentini. Another man will be watching with great interest this afternoon on his return to the Milan side. First game he started since last season after that terrible car crash when he suffered serious injuries. And they've been nursing him back to full fitness, and Capello says he is now ready, both physically and mentally. And still hoping, of course, Lentini to force his way back into the Italian squad in time for the World Cup finals. Here's Baresi. Now Costa Curta, his partner at the back. Down by Pari. Bia. Fonseca turning sharply. Free kick given. Young Pacquiao, one of Napoli's successes this season. Fabio Pecca rather.
The Milan are very aware of Fonseca's ability, and they know he's all left-footed, and they're trying to keep him on his right foot as often as they can. They're shoving him out virtually to this right flank. They know if he goes out to that right flank, he's going to have to keep checking back onto his left foot.
Simone, the player, injured. Hasn't started all that many matches this season, Simone, because of the form of Massaro lately. And Savicevic. Baresi, just showing the first goal of the afternoon, scored by Videoenciclopedia for Sampdoria. So they're still hoping, down in 4th place, Sampdoria, on the same points tally as Juventus and Parma. But the lead now, surely for Milan, is unassailable. Here's Canio. On loan from Juventus. Another danger man in the Napoli side. Papan. Linked, of course, with Tottenham over the past 10 days or so, but it seems to have fallen through. Desai. Here's Papan. Hoping to be razor sharp today on his return to the Milan side. Lentini. Maldini had continued his run. Here's Lentini now. A chance! Oh, Papan. Well, he's stolen there at the far post.
Pete, I've got to say this, I thought he should have scored.
Well, he'll think so.
It was a great cross to the far post, and he was on it straight away. I'm amazed he just didn't even get it onto the target. I don't know whether he realised what a good position he was in. He seemed to be a little bit, I wouldn't say he was casual, but he didn't look as what he has been in the past. He's got this like hunger to want to score a goal. It didn't seem to be in him in that situation.
Well, his predatory senses were certainly alive, but not his normal composed finishing. Papan with 5 goals in Serie A this season from only 14 appearances. Here's Papan again. Desai. Ranio. Ranio again. Now Simone. Good turn by Simone. Good strike. Tagliatella couldn't hold it. And Bia had to head it clear. So the early sign's encouraging for Milan.
That was great play by Simone. Ball got played into him around that D. Worked his way onto his left foot. Got a good shot in.
Second goal has been scored by Sampdoria, so they're now 2 up. And the scorer of the second goal was Roberto Mancini. Sampdoria leading Foggia by 2 goals to 0. Here's Panucci. Preferred in the starting lineup to Tassotti. The two have swapped places in recent games, which does underline the strength of the Milan squad. Tassotti, a past international, and Panucci very much one of the future. There's Tassotti, right on cue, watching from the bench. Boban. Little shove then on Lentini. Referee, though, allowing the advantage, which hasn't been taken up by Maldini. Fonseca. Baresi just got a foot in, though. Now Pollicano on the charge. And away by Panucci. So a fairly lively opening phase. Panucci, who played as a sweeper for the Italian under-21s in the week. And there is a feeling that this may be his future position. Such a versatile player, a very talented one. At the moment, starting in at right back for Milan.
It's been a good start for Napoli, Peter. I mean, they are taking the game to Milan. They're not sitting back, they're not showing him too much respect.
Perhaps someone stashed their wages behind the goal at the other end. Not been paid for nearly 3 months, these Napoli players. And I know Don Howe makes a fuss, so he hasn't been paid for 3 hours. Here's Pari. Aldini. Was a bad tackle then by Pollicano, who's a very robust player, and he was far too aggressive then. Good interception by Pari. Canio taking over. Gambaro got marauding down the left, but to no avail. He'll be anxious to impress so today, Gambaro. He got so few opportunities with Milan. Canio away from Ranio. Now here's Gambaro. Useful crossing, which Maldini had to deal with. A promising start by Napoli.
Very good start. I mean, Di Canio's involved all the time. Sometimes he overruns it and he doesn't get his pass away, but when he's on his game, he can release. A lot of midfield players forward, he can release the fullbacks. Gambaro in that situation.
Papan. Good tackle by Cannavaro, who also featured for the Italian under-21s in the week. I think maybe the referee's given a foul there. Which, what do you think, Don? I thought it was a clean tackle there.
He made that run out to the right side, and the defender there with him and just pushed it out of play.
Well, a free kick has been given by the referee, Pasquale Rodamonti. The kick taken by Boban. There's Lentini in there. Didn't get in a decisive header though, and Papan shoots wide. A lot of speculation that Papan may be leaving Italy, perhaps to return to France, maybe to come to England, but also some feeling that he may well stay in Italy. If not with Milan, then with one of the other major clubs. I think Juventus have already made an inquiry.
I still think, Pete, it's a shame that he hasn't played with Van Basten. enough times. Because I think it'd be a terrific foil for Van Basten's play, the way he plays as a target man. And he needs someone to run off of him.
Fonseca again forced out wide by Baresi. Fonseca with 15 goals in 21 appearances this season. Canio. Desai so strong in the heart of the midfield for Milan. Now Lentini. Desai was caught there. Late tackle by Carini. Desai, the hard man of the Milan side, certainly felt that one. But he's been a revelation, Desai.
Yeah, he's coming to this side and he's done this kind of centre midfield play more times up with Albertini, today with Boban, and he has been a tower of strength. And what he's doing now, he's winning the ball back and he's giving it simple. Winning the ball back, giving it simple all the time. And he looks a good sound player.
Fonseca trying to escape the attentions of Costa Curta. Canio with the free kick. Who easily cut out though by Boban. Albertini, incidentally, on the injured list today. But Milan will be hoping to have him back in midweek for the European Champions Cup tie against Anderlecht. Gambaro. Milan working hard to regain possession. And they've got a free kick now. Or the challenge by Canio.
Yeah, as soon as you lift your foot off the ground and you show 6 studs, referee always punishes that with a foul.
Gambaro, 15 minutes gone, no score. It's Pecchia for Napoli. Now Cannavaro, 20 years old and a great prospect. Baresi, who's been around a little longer. Is Cannavaro. Now Pari, who was in Sampdoria's championship winning side of '91. For some reason has been almost discarded by Napoli since his move. Almost a year since he last played. Which does seem to be rather a waste of talent. It's a foul on Iranio. Injury there to Iranio. Here's Simone turning sharply again. And well, Papin was lurking in the middle, Lentini as well. And there we saw the sharpness of Jean-Pierre Papin.
And also the sharpness of Simone. I mean, he's clever at getting turned and getting a shot on Simone. If they can get the ball into his feet, around that box, he'll get turned and he'll get a shot in.
Yes, it was Simone I meant with the shot. Papin, of course, was in the middle waiting. And, well, the two have started promisingly up front.
Peter Papin was doing what good strikers do. You know, he was looking for anything that might come back off the keeper or the woodwork. He's in there.
Now an early substitution, which Napoli are having to make, and they're bringing on Sebastiano Naylor. And it's Corradini who's having to go off, a veteran defender. So one experienced campaigner replacing another one. Corradini, who must have picked up an early knock there. Naylor, the former Roma player, and indeed a former Italian international. Play as a fullback or a sweeper, or maybe just as a marker. So some readjusting for Napoli to do at the back. But here's Pari. The news of Massaro, incidentally, he's sitting watching in the stands, not injured, just being rested, held back as we thought in readiness for the game on Wednesday with Anderlecht. Not a serious injury anyway, he did have that minor knock that I referred to earlier. There's Simone with the pass, out by Gambaro, Bonicano, now Pecchia. Fonseca, who has tremendous acceleration. And Milan will work hard to close him down quickly whenever he's anywhere near possession. Baresi. Now Maldini. This is Lentini, the world's most expensive player at £13 million. But until now, no opportunity to reveal the talents that earned him that tag. Being out for so long, Lentini. He's had a few games as a substitute. Not until now has Capello put him in the starting lineup. Gambaro.
I'm a bit surprised at Parry, who's playing on that kind of right-back position for Napoli. I mean, when Lentini runs at him, he's got to get him down. He's lying on his left foot. I mean, Lentini wants to come inside onto his right foot all the time. And we've seen one cross to the back post when he got Papan in. He needs to keep him onto his left foot.
Canio. Baresi so quickly into the tackle. Boban. Baresi again taking the opportunity to sprint forward now. Papan turned back into trouble as he was immediately confronted by those Napoli defenders. Iranio with Baresi. Now Fonseca trying to ride the tackles. Look at the strength there of Besai. He's showing a little bit too much vigour for the referee's liking.
I tell you what, Napoli are here to compete though, Peter, isn't they? I mean, they are. I mean, they're working hard. They're getting the tackles in. They're getting at Milan as often as they can. They're virtually, in a way, playing the way Milan go in terms of the closing down game. They're giving them, all the Milan players, no time on the ball whatsoever.
Well, there's a yellow card for Fonseca for taking his protest too far. He's also cautioned Maldini. And Fonseca pointing to his torn shirt. Well, they're friends again, but it's a yellow card for the Napoli man Fonseca, as well as the aggressor on that occasion, Maldini. There was a tug there as well from Fonseca, and definitely he was yacked back then by Maldini.
Half a dozen of one and 6 of the other, Peter.
Oh, looked it, didn't it?
No doubt about it.
Here's Corini, former Sampdoria player, taking the free kick. He's come in today for Jonas Turn. The Swede is injured. Simone's pass, asking a lot of Papan. Now has he got the legs here on Naylor? Well, it's a stocky pair of legs that Naylor has, but he covered the ground quickly enough.
Just about made it, didn't he? If they'd gone on another 10 yards, I'd have fancied Papan to win that battle there. That terrific place.
And Naylor won't be grateful for being exposed to Papan's pace early on since coming on. Pollicano. Corini threading it on. Maldini for Milan. Lentini did well then to escape from Parry. Still Lentini. Well, he'd dearly love to crown his reappearance with a goal, but he'll have to do better than that.
He's got a chance of getting a goal if he can get inside on that right foot.
Iranio. This is Panucci. Hounded by Pollicano. Play on, says the referee. Baresi there to cover as Fonseca arrived in the penalty box. He's out for a corner. Canio will take the kick. It's Pecchia jumping up and down on the goal line. Great effort there from Bia, the sweeper who'd come forward. A lot of antics in the 6-yard box with Pecchia jumping up and down in front of Rossi. And maybe they lost their concentration a bit at the back, Milan, and let Bia in.
That was a hell of a good chance. I mean, from that corner, I mean, he's in the centre of the goal. You don't expect him to miss in that situation. got to say this, they made a terrific start, Napoli, Peter, and what they're doing, they're keeping the pace of the game up. They're not letting it slow down. They're not going to get into Milan's way of strangling the game, slowing things down, keeping it easy. They're trying to keep the pace up all the time.
They're trying to get Gambaro away down the left now. Gambaro's cross, and it wasn't over the line, and the header from Pollicano. Well, he'll feel he might have done better then, having arrived in the box. Terrific run by Gambaro down the left.
Wonderful run. He just about makes it, and he gets it back to the penalty spot. In comes Pollicano.
It's actually a free header in the end.
He's got to do better than that.
Carini. Napoli have really got an appetite for this game so far. Mistake then by Fonseca, picked up by Boban. Iranio, as Milan just trying to slow it down again. Panucci, quickly pressurised by Di Canio. Fonseca, didn't fall for him though. Away comes Costa Curta to Lentini. Well, Milan have a match on today. Desai nearly got called out by Carini. A lot of urgency being shown by Napoli. Simone. Good tackle though by Bia. And then Boban went in too strongly. I think on Pecchia. And the referee is saying there, look, I've seen it. No need to protest. It's a yellow card for Boban. He has shown a lack of discipline on quite a few matches this season. Just one flaw in his game.
The referee there, Pete, he was just telling Bia, look, I'm in control, I'm looking after this. And rightly so. I mean, Bia's in there, still in there now, playing his face to the referee. Let the referee get on with it. He's in control of things.
25 minutes gone, no score, but it's been an eventful game so far. And the injury to Pecchia, set back here for Napoli, who've already lost Corradini, along with their regular defenders Franchini and Ferrara, who were injured for the game.
I'm very impressed with that approach today, Napoli. They've gone out there to have a go at Milan. They're not going to sit back. They're not going to let Milan strangle the game. They're going to get at them, they're going to get the ball off them quickly, and they're going to keep the pace of the game up as much as they can.
Bia taking the free kick. Ari. Pecchia was in bravely, away though by Maldini. That man had his foot up on Bia, acknowledged by the Frenchman. News of another early goal scored by Roma at home to the bottom club Lecce, who've already been relegated, and the scorer there, Rizzatelli, former Italian international. This is Naylor taking the free kick then for Napoli. Easily cut out there by Baresi.
I mean, normally when teams play against Milan, they show them too much respect. They lose the ball and they drop back in their own half. That's not for Napoli. They're going to compete in the Milan half more times. Unless they get good possession like they've got now from a goal kick, then in general they'll compete inside the Milan half.
Baresi. Maldini with the throw to Baresi. Enjoying his 17th season with Milan, Baresi. And heading for the 5th Scudetto, 14 years after the first one. Lentini. Desai in firmly, so too though was Carini. Maldini. Oh, Lentini's got the better of Pari. Lentini's shot! Well, Tagliatella might just have got a fingertip to it.
He keeps doing it, Peter. We keep pointing it out. He keeps coming inside onto his right foot. Keeps having a crack at goal. One of them will go in sooner or later if they're not careful, Napoli.
Iranio. Now Simone. Pecchia on the break. Show too much of it though to Panucci. Di Canio to help out. But it's Maldini. Almost casual play then by Maldini. Canio. This is Policano. And then from Pecchia.
I tell you what, Peter, isn't it great to see someone having a go at Milan? Making Milan look ordinary.
Well, certainly making them play, no question about that. Milan, who seem to stroll through some of their matches without really exciting us. But Napoli are giving it a real go this afternoon, and all credit to them.
This fella here, he's having a superb game, Gambaro, down that left flank. He's getting forward, he's getting crosses in.
Well, I think he felt rather disillusioned with his time with Milan. On loan, as I was saying earlier on, with Napoli now. Only played, I think, something like 16 games for Milan in a couple of years. Gambaro's cross. Fonseca very nearly then got the better of Maldini. Well, he got the header in, certainly. Maybe the presence of Maldini just did enough to deter him from finishing it off.
Here comes the cross. Maldini seems wrong side of Fonseca there. It's difficult, he's just fallen away from it a little bit, Fonseca, and he just couldn't keep it down.
And Rossi in the Milan goal, very happy to see that one sail over the bar. And Milan are looking very uneasy. Boban. Panucci. Zirranio chasing. It was caught by Gambaro. Napoli down in 7th place in Serie A. Long, long way behind Milan. Points to be exact. But they're certainly proving a handful for leaders in this game today. Maldini. There's Papan, little flick off towards his compatriot Desai. Maldini again with a chance to cross it in. Goes down though by Cannavaro. Fonseca's header. Di Canio. Outsmarting Iranio. Still Di Canio, and there's a bad tackle. That surely will be another yellow card. And as Di Canio was sent flying. And he doesn't look a happy man, does he? Fabio Capello, the coach of Milan. His team are struggling a bit here.
I think he wants them to pick the pace up. I think he thinks that Napoli are dictating the pace, and he wants his side to compete in that pace.
Guarini with the kick. Fonseca. Well, he specialises in the overhead kick, but to no avail this time. Panucci. Now Baresi. Set by Desai. Certainly haven't played with any real rhythm so far, Milan. Much of that down to the approach that Napoli are making. They've hustled them out of their stride. There's Pari. Fonseca chasing. And Costco, I think, wanted his goalkeeper to come for that one.
Yeah, a little bit of a misunderstanding, and Costa Corta in the end took no chance. He had to just play it away, go out for another throw-in. They've got the ball against Napoli. They're attacking that Milan defence.
Canio trying to do that now. That's a corner. Conceded by Costa Curta, and you can see there's a lot of happiness at the back among those Milan defenders. Costa Curta certainly complaining then at the lack of assistance he had. Gambaro spins away for another corner.
I'll tell you something, Peter, the crowd are loving it. I mean, they can sense that their team are going to go at Milan. They're going to make a match of it. They love it, the crowd do.
Bier again has come up from the back. Easily claimed this time, though, by Rossi, who amazingly has had 27 clean sheets in all competitions this season. He might not keep one today if Napoli continue playing as they are. Lentini now. Baresi on for Desai. Got to be handled then by Pari, but the referee allowing the advantage. Accepted now by Baresi. Cannavaro would come across to curtail the run of Lentini. Pari taking the throw. One of the unsung heroes, really, of Sampdoria's championship side, Fausto Pari. Certainly respected by his fellow professionals. Canio in trouble. They've got another shirt out, I see there, for Fonseca. The other one being ripped earlier on by Maldini.
Well, he's a little bit like Canio. He's got freedom to move anywhere he wants to go, Canio, and he is giving the Milan defence a few problems.
Desai. Is Politano now, is it? With Carini. Dispossessed though by Boban, and the referee decides there was nothing wrong. Gambaro with Aranio. And that's a foul by the Milan man. Naylor taking the kick. De Bier. Cannavaro. 10 minutes of the first half to go. Of course, we have seen this so often in recent matches with Milan. They see the other team come at them, but they hold on, and then they break and score a goal themselves. And it's then very hard to pull back that advantage from them. Aranio. Costa Curta. Being invited to come forward. Desai. This is Maldini. Baresi probing. Well timed header by Naylor. Desai has it back again for Milan. Gambaro away.
They're very aware of Desai, Napoli. They are closing him down. Every time the ball gets around Desai, someone gets there. And he's making mistakes at times, Desai, with his passing.
Now Bonucci. Brave header away. Baresi has it again. Milan, who've won their last 9 games in a row. And looking here for the opening goal now against Napoli. Foul on Aranio. Mr. Crown clearly didn't agree with.
Yeah, they've given away, I think this is the 3rd one on that kind of left-back, right flank position.
Well, Naylor is the offender. Aranio the aggrieved party. 5 in the box for Milan. Maldini around the edge of the 18-yard area too. Very dangerous in the air. Maldini, there's some jostling going on with Desai involved. Different route to goal. And it doesn't come off. Baresi almost nonchalantly into the path of Costa Curta. His forward pass, though, somewhat less elegant. Again, they're looking for those raking runs of Fonseca. And the towering figure of Rossi just plucks it out of the air.
Yeah, they're getting a nice balance on their build-ups, Napoli.
Route 1 this time for Milan, with Papan in pursuit, policed by Naylor.
What they're doing, if Politano gets it, or Di Canio, they'll run with it and build it up. But every now and again, they'll knock one over the back of the Milan defence for Fonseca to get after. And it's a nice balance on their build-ups between long and short.
Well, they've certainly given the home fans something to cheer about so far, Napoli. Which hasn't been the case in recent weeks. They haven't won at home since January. The Canio now. Fiery chasing, but Baresi always the favourite to get there first. Wasn't the best of clearances, though. Picked up by Di Canio. Desai was always trying to get back at him, and eventually succeeds. Kick taken quickly by Di Canio, and too quickly. Canio out wide to Panucci. Costa has support from Desai. Now Simone. Desai, who's not the most popular man in the stadium, after one or two of his ferocious tackles early on. Boban. Now Maldini. This is Simone. Good effort off the bar. Simone so unlucky then. Maldini.
Well, that was brilliant. I mean, it really was brilliant. I've said before, if he gets that ball played into his feet, even with his back to goal, around the edge of the box, he's only got one thing in mind: getting turned and getting a shot in. And they're lucky to get away with that one, Napoli.
Well, Simone has only started 11 matches in Serie A this season because of one injury or another. But when he does play, he looks pretty lethal, and is certainly very much in the thinking of Arrigo Sacchi, the Italian national coach, even though he's not a regular in the Milan side. Desai outmaneuvered. Di Canio showing he's prepared to battle. Gambro now. Again patrolling the left flank, but this time not to good effect.
Yeah, well, Gambro tried to get it in early. Obviously in training this week they've said let's get down the flanks, get the crosses in early. He just didn't get enough composure then to get his cross in. I mean, to waste the cross, having got to that situation, is silly. A little bit more composure, it could have pulled him back onto that penalty spot.
But he is relishing his move to Naples. Gambro. Now Simone, hoping to make an impression at the other end here. Yes, Gambro, who reckons he touched the ball more in one game for Napoli than he did in 2 years with Milan. Bit of an exaggeration, but making the point, I think, that he didn't feel he had enough chances with the champions. He actually looks a fair player, doesn't he, Gambro?
He's a tough left back, and also he never hesitates to get forward. And he's got a terrific stride, and in general his crosses are quite good.
Forward by Pollicano. Lentini. A fair bit of space, then it's Maldini rather, who's crossed it in now too. Out by Gambaro. Maldini suddenly finding a lot of room down the Milan left. Here's Pollicano. Laid back by Fonseca or Carini. Did look such a good prospect in his early days with Sampdoria. Fell out of favour there, and hasn't been a regular in the Napoli side either. Former captain of the Italian under-21s, Carini.
He's moaning and groaning there, Desai. I don't know why. I mean, if someone tackles him, he don't like it. And yet he's going around tackling everybody and knocking them over.
If you dish it out, you've got to take it.
Exactly.
Panucci. Canio using his arms, though. And surely he'll be cautioned, showing his flash of temper then.
I've got to say this. I've got a little bit of sympathy there for Canio. I didn't think it was a foul either. He went in, he challenged for the ball, and he won the ball as he turned out of the tackle.
Well, he certainly let his frustration show. You can't condone that, but maybe as Don's saying there. Let's see again from the replay. Well, was there a bit of a push there, though, Don, initially from Miranio?
I suppose he's just edged him off it a little bit, but not much. I mean, a lot of referees would let that one go. It's virtually shoulder to shoulder.
4 bookings so far, and 3 of them for Milan players. Annucci, as we're near half-time. Lentini. Lentini with Papan in the middle. Little touch off. Just put the Milan man off, and Gabro's little header. Well, Milan have been extended, but they still haven't conceded a goal. And you fear for the worst when that happens. They do give so little away. Now Pecchia. Racy. How well he read the situation again. Eranio. This is Simone, being hounded and harassed by Cannavaro. Policano. Here's Carini, away from Desai. The Milan defenders have pushed up. But Canio had stayed onside. No foul. Canio, an enraged figure.
He just overdoes it every now and again, Peter, Canio. He never knows when to let it go or get his crossing.
Baresi. This is Boban. Panucci. Closing minute of the first half, it's Simone. Good defending by young Cannavaro. Papan let it run, and it's pari for Napoli. Into injury time. Bia. Lentini. Boban. This is Eranio. Too long though for Maldini.
Well, Peter, it's been a cracking first half. It's been great to watch it. It hasn't been terrific football. They haven't been stroking it around because there's been no room to stroke it around. But I'll tell you what, Napoli have had a go at Milan, and I'm impressed with that. And I hope they come out in the second half and do it again.
Just a few seconds now to go in this first period. And there indeed is the half-time whistle, blown by referee Rodamonti. And Napoli can be pleased with their afternoon's work so far, and they're still protesting to the referee about 1 or 2 decisions that haven't gone their way. In fairness to Milan, they've come closest to a goal, though, the shot from Simone that came back off the bar. But at half-time, no goals in the San Paolo Stadium. We'll be back after a short break, so join us again.
Welcome back to Football Italia. We're here in the San Paolo in Naples, enjoying Napoli-Milan, as they're more traditionally known. 0-0 so far at half-time, but a cracking 45 minutes we've been having now.
Yes, it has, and over the 45 minutes, Napoli have got Milan very, very rattled. Their passing's going astray, and they're not looking the fluent, confident side that we've seen in recent weeks. I think a lot that's responsible for this is that Milan can't play their normal offside game. Fonseca, his running is so intelligent up front. He goes and then he checks back, and they just cannot play offside. But there are times when Napoli have been attacking around the Milan box, that I've noticed that there are 5 or 6 midfield and defenders all sitting back around the halfway line, marking 2. I think if Napoli were just a bit more adventurous got one or two more players forward in those instances, I think we could really see a shock today.
You can understand why they maybe didn't go out with the idea that they can beat Milan. The coach, Marcello Lippi, actually described them during the week as being scaricato, completely lacking in their enthusiasm after everything that's happened to them off the field this season. But a prodigious performance nonetheless.
It is, yes. They've worked hard over the 45 minutes, and they've taken the game over from Milan. For Milan, really, the only saving grace has been Simone. He's looked very positive out there. But apart from Simone, it's Napoli all the way. And if they could just have that little bit of confidence to just get one or two more forward in support of Fonseca and the runs of Canio, then I think that if they were to get that first goal, then I think we really could see heads in the Milan side dropping down. Yeah,
on the other hand, though, it is usually heads on the other side that drop down after a first half of goalless football in Milan. We've seen Juventus try everything, Sampdoria as well, and then after a half an hour of good intentions, Milan just wear them down. Do you think Napoli can stand it?
On the performance so far, yes, although I've always thought that Milan are very much a stronger side in the second half. But they've got to find a lot of confidence. They have been rattled, their passing very strangely has been misdirected. And there are times where they're just lumping the ball forward. That isn't Milan, and that suggests to me that there's a few problems out there in that side today.
Okay. Well, you can hear that the atmosphere. Oh, I'm sorry. You can hear that the atmosphere beginning to build in the background. Let's hand over now as the second half is about to get underway to our commentators Don Howe and Peter Brackley.
Thank you, James. Yes, the two teams now are returning onto the field. And certainly Napoli, as they say, are giving it a go. A team with so many problems behind the scenes, but they have put those problems behind them. Having said that, the closest to a goal in the first half was the effort by Simone, which we can see again now. Don Howe alongside me here. And it was a really sharp turn by Simone. He was pretty impressive, isn't he?
Well, the thing about it, he took Beer away with him, spun back inside onto his right foot. Keeper hadn't got a chance, right up in the top of the angle.
Well, that was a let-off then for Napoli and their coach Marcello Lippi, who is destined, we're told, for Juventus next season. And has been talking this week about the unrest at the club and the fact the players haven't been paid. But they've responded admirably this afternoon.
Well, somehow he's managed to motivate them today, Peter. I mean, they've been superb.
What about Capello? What do you think he's had to say at half-time?
Oh, I would think he'd shake them up. He'd say, hey, you're in a battle here today. Let's get with it. He'll want them to try and get hold of the ball and slow things down if he can. Or, if you look over the previous weeks, if you remember the Lazio game and the Juventus game, slowly they got on top, Milan, and they strangled the life out of Juventus and Lazio. I don't know whether they can do this. I'm hoping that Napoli can keep up that pace in this second half and keep getting at Milan.
Well, Milan, as they kick off, have normally had the option of either bringing on Simone or Massaro, whichever one of them wasn't in the starting lineup, but not today, with Simone playing and Massaro watching from the stands. So there's only really Donadoni among the substitutes who's an attacking player.
I thought that was a good point that Malcolm made about the offsides, Peter. You know, they haven't been able to play offside. Napoli haven't been making silly runs forward. They've tried to play and build up properly. And there's no doubt about it, they have given the Milan back four some problems.
And it is that thrusting up front of Fonseca that does provide their most vital weapon in the armoury. This is Pollicano. Boban with the tackle. Now Eranio has done a good job down the right for Milan. Now trying to make progress through the centre. Cut out by Naylor. Lentini. And the cross was too long.
No, the cross was with his left foot, Peter, and at last they've got it right. Lentini dragged it wide onto his left foot, and he'll stick him in there, but there's no accuracy. I don't think he really knows exactly where it's going to drop.
Tagliatella, who's the first choice now ahead of Di Fusco at Napoli. Was expecting to be the regular choice last season, but Giovanni Galli, the former Milan keeper, got the vote instead. Galli now, of course, with Torino. Here's Baresi, Milan's commander-in-chief. It falls for Boban. Now Costa Curta. Panucci. Support from Iranio. Baresi again. Simone's layoff to Desai, who certainly got rattled on quite a few occasions in the first half. Desai didn't like the tackles coming in. Pari. Carini now. Policano with Gabaro ahead of him down the left. Papan catching Policano. Papan, who started strongly but really faded after that, Don.
Disappeared. He did. I mean, when he first started the game, I thought, oh, they've been working on him to play more with his back to goal. Be a target man for the sake of another word. And then all of a sudden, in the last 20 minutes of the first half, he completely disappeared.
That's a foul by Policano. There's no doubt at all that Papan is a master finisher, as his records tally down the years will testify. But he's been disappointing in general for Milan. Certainly so far this afternoon. Coming in for the injured Savicevic. Desai, confronted by Carini. And illegally. This is Costa Curta. Now Panucci. Maldini rolled on to Lentini, and Pari as ever was close to him. Pari, a midfield player, but being asked to adopt a more defensive role, more or less as a fullback today, to cover the runs of Lentini. Pecchia away. Goes to Sai very strongly, but his opponent went even more strongly. Policano.
They haven't started so... I was very impressed with Napoli in the first half, and perhaps I want them to start straight away again. But they're sitting back now all of a sudden in this second half. I don't like it.
We were saying about the lack of offsides, and then we've got one now. Fonseca is caught.
But if you don't rush them and make them play to a pace that they don't... They see, if they've got time, they can sort out the offsides, they can step up at the right time. But if you're making them play quick and make them make quick decisions, they might get it wrong every now and again.
Here's
not at this pace. Not at this pace, Peter.
Simone. That's a good flowing attack here by Milan. Maldini's cross. Well, he's claiming a corner. Oh, a miss kick in the end by Maldini. Certainly appeared to be over the line.
It just bobbed up, didn't it? Just as he went to strike it to pull it back. He took a bit of a bump. There must be a little bit of a hole there in the pitch.
Costa Curta to Panucci. Panucci was clattered there as he played the ball forward and is now writhing in agony on the ground. Milan, who've won their last 4 away games now against Atalanta, Roma, Lazio and Juventus. And they really do seem formidable on their travels. Bit of a setback here with injury to Panucci. They do have Tassotti in reserve on the bench, should they need him. Tassotti being kept out of the side by Panucci. I wonder which of them will feature against Anderlecht in the week. Policano now, and tucked back by Boban. He's already been cautioned. Policano, a really strong run, but what anticipation then by Baresi. Fantastic defending.
Yeah, well, he read it well, didn't he, Baresi? I mean, he made a very aggressive run, did Policano. There's no way he's going to outrun Baresi. And he's whacked into Baresi in the box, and he's got booked for it, and rightly so. Now, Baresi's read it perfectly. And he's just gone crash into the back of Baresi.
Well, it was perfect timing again by the Italian international defender Baresi. And Policano, well, he had no chance of getting there before him.
Baresi has to live by his own standards, which are superb, Peter. And if he drops below that standard, then he starts to get criticism. He just can't be ordinary anymore.
Even at 33. Now, Canio. There's Parry. Fonseca. Good skill. Look at Mentini snapping back at it.
Well, both the wingers work back, don't they? I mean, Mentini's coming back down that left side. Aranio on the right side. They both work back, those two Milan wingers. They do work hard.
Well, the Napoli fans are still hopeful that their team can provide an upset here. Canio. Here's Papan. Taking on Cannavaro. Wondering what support he's got. There's Naylor. Show too much of that to Simone. They've got away with it. It's Pecchia now. As Don was saying, they really need to raise their game again in the second half now. They keep it going.
Get the pace of the game up again, Peter. Exactly. Get the pace of the game up. Keep the pace high. It is a warm day, I've got to say that. And I suppose it could be. They ought to be used to it, mind you, living there in Napoli.
Bonucci. Cannavaro with the clearance. Desai out jumping Pecchia. I think found him in the process.
We haven't seen much of this man either, Boban, have we today? It doesn't look as though he fancies a battle every now and again when it's hard and people are closing him down in midfield.
Well, here's Costa Curta with the free kick. Aldini with Parry. Simone. Now comes Cannavaro. Now Fonseca. Canio. But who's there to cover Baresi? Costa Curta. Lovely control then by Simone. And this was gone.
That was a
Napoli.
Peter, sorry to interrupt, but that was a superb crossfield pass, diagonal pass from Costa Curta into Simone. It really was. And he didn't have to move, Simone.
This has gone right through there, Simone. I've just caught Carini. The Sampdoria man is okay again. The former Sampdoria man, I should say. Carini.
He's having a good game, is Carini, together with Pecchia in midfield. They're playing hard against Desai and Boban.
Talking of Sampdoria, just hearing that Lombardo has missed a penalty for them now. They're still leading Foggia by 2-0. As we see Policano tumble there. They've missed 6 out of 13, I think it is now, Sampdoria this season, from the penalty spot. They're still in charge against Foggia, 2-0 up. Earlier goals from Vierkevard and Mancini. Policano obviously not happy about the tackle.
The referee's having a right go at him. He's saying to him...
See what, he stands his ground, this ref, doesn't he?
Leave it to me, I'm in charge. I'll look after things.
Well, it's Canio now. Baresi in the way, then out by Panucci. Wasn't the best of crosses from Canio. Needed a better service then. That's a bad one from Costa Curta. And you have to say that about Milan. When they're threatened, they don't mess about.
Well, there's two went in there. He's Boban first, and then Costa Curta followed him in.
Pecchia, the player was fouled. Such a promising young player, Pecchia, who's forced his way into the side this season, having impressed in the matches pre-season. It's with Avellino in the last campaign. And he's still having a verbal confrontation with Desai, which I think was fairly friendly. Now, Di Canio is there, and Carini. Carini over the ball. And Carini's shot. But safely into the arms of Rossi.
He does very well in those situations, Rossi. He reads those free kicks ever so well.
And you were saying to me before the game, you're a bit surprised he doesn't feature in the Italian reckoning in the senior side.
Yes, I am. I mean, that's not great criticism against Paliuca and Marco Gianni. But I just feel Rossi's an outstanding goalkeeper.
Of course, he plays behind an outstanding back four. Maybe they take that into account.
Well, I've got to say this, when he's called upon to make a good save, he makes it.
Gambaro taking the kick. Fonseca was just offside. Just going back to Rossi, 10 goals conceded by Milan, and of course 3 of those are when he wasn't playing in the game against Sampdoria. Simone. No, Carini has it back again now for Napoli. Here's Pecchia. Gambaro hasn't had a real chance down this left in the second half. Di Canio, though, attacking now. Still Di Canio. Teasing cross. Fonseca! Oh, well, you made the point, Don, about the keeping of Rossi. And when he is called upon to make a save, well, he very rarely lets them down. Great header by Fonseca. But how's that for a save from Rossi?
Lovely cross, first of all, by Di Canio. He's done well to get that back on the target here, Fonseca. He's virtually fallen away from it towards the right wing, and he has to get round it and get it back on the target.
Fonseca so near. Defiant goalkeeping by Sebastiano Rossi. Here's the corner. Gambaro. Another corner.
They're getting together again, Napoli, Peter. They're coming forward now, starting to get Gambaro back in the game. Di Canio made that lovely cross for Fonseca's header.
And now the pressure is on Milan. Di Canio's corner. Looked away then by Boban. Here's Pari. Fonseca has pulled out wide. Brushed aside by Desai. No foul. Theo shot. And it spins away. Rossi, as he kept it in. The linesman says yes. On by Pecchia. Picked up though by Baresi. Now Papa was hardly featured in the second half. Didn't do too much in the first either. Simone. Free kick to Milan. Cannavaro, who was very close to Simone, helped out by Pari. Meantime, Sampdoria have scored again now, 3-0 at home to Foggia. Rudhulit with the third goal. So an opportunity for Milan. Ventini in the wall. Jostling with Pecchia. And the shot deflected away.
Yeah,
Corner to Milan.
The keeper standing there, clapping his wall. Did its job.
Maldini is forward, and Desai, as Boban is being showered from the stands, which is sad to see. Bottles, would you believe it? Dreadful behaviour by the Napoli fans. How on earth can Boban be expected to concentrate? Canio caught in possession by Simone. Bill for handball. Nothing given though by the referee.
That is a crazy situation in that corner taken there. I mean, you need to cover that corner flag with a net or something like that. But, I mean, it must go on most weeks. Goes for these home games at Napoli.
Well, Boban, all he could do was just take the kick as quickly as he could. And it was straight into the goalkeeper's arms.
Well, obviously, it'll put him off. I mean, as you run up to take a kick, you don't be hit on the back of the head with a bottle, do you? So need to cover that area with the net, you know, kind of just onto the running track, put a net to cover the corner of the pitch.
Desai. Ventini looking to take on Pari. Laid off by Ranio to Panucci. Naylor with the header away. Desai. And Baresi for once gets his wires crossed. Is Bia then for Napoli? Still no goals. Well, a scare or two in the second half, certainly created by Napoli. We're almost now at the halfway stage in the second half. Panucci. Slid on by Gambaro. Mistake there by Canio.
They are making mistakes, Napoli, a little bit more than they did in the first half. They were more aggressive with their passing.
Costa Curta. Good running by Simone. Cannavaro, though, had come across. He's had an impressive game at the back, Cannavaro. Now it's Panucci. Baresi. Iranio. Simone. Now Desai. It's Baresi coming forward. Papan. Lentini. And the chip just beyond Iranio, but he manages to hook it back. And a good catch then by Tagliatella.
I've got to say this, Peter. Milan are definitely getting in control of this game. And unless Napoli can get it together again and get the pace of the game up, start closing down, they're in for hard work this second half.
Good anticipation by Maldini. Threaded on to for Simone, just too far. I think the flag may well have been up anyway. Play on, says the referee. Here's Carini. Baresi's tackle on Fonseca. They need to find that urgency again, Napoli, which certainly unsettled Milan in the first half and has at times in the second. But they have slackened the pace a little now. And the more time you give Milan, the better use they make of it. Maldini. Back by Lentini, who's had a fairly satisfactory return to the action. Remember, he's been out for so long. First game he started since last season. Canio. Tackle from Cannavaro was a bit reckless. He went flying in then on Iranio.
He never reached the ball, did he? Threw himself in.
6 yellow cards now in the game.
An outstretched right leg. Never got anywhere near the ball.
Bit of an experience show then by Cannavaro. Napoli, remember, without the experience of Ferrara and Franchini, and also Corradini, who's gone off. And they've had to bring on Naylor, who doesn't feature too often these days, at 33. That's the booking so far. 3 per side. Bit of a chain effort really by Boban.
They've never really had a free kick expert, Milan, over the years, over the last 3 or 4 years. Van Basten occasionally would take one when he's playing. When Gullit was at Milan, he'd take one occasionally, but in general, they've never really had one who they could virtually 9 times out of 10 he could get it on the target.
It's Boban now. He does seem to be involved on most of the set pieces when they're around the penalty box. Simone. Pulled away in agony then. Gambaro. And Simone will need some attention. Simone, who's had so many injury problems this season. Remember, he even damaged his shoulder when he got out the bath. Sampdoria thinking about a change with Renato Buzo coming on. There is Buzo, former Juventus, Fiorentina and Sampdoria player. And it's Pollicano he's coming on for. Pollicano getting a good reception from the crowd. Buzo, who's never quite lived up to his potential, which first surfaced really as a 16-year-old.
I think it's a very positive step by the coach, by Lippi. I mean, his side are definitely not playing as well this second half as they did in the first, and he needs something to lift it.
And Milan have brought on Donadoni for Boban. Di Canio. Well, it was half a chance. It would have been a spectacular goal. But again, Rossi on trouble. Canio with 3 goals in Serie A for Napoli this season. Only returned recently after injury. Oh, Di Canio suddenly back in possession again. And again, a fine save by Rossi to deny him, as Di Canio beats the ground in disgust.
It was
So
just
nearly a gift.
It came from a slack goal kick by Rossi. He knocks it out there, and Di Canio's read it, gets onto it quickly, works himself a shooting position on his right foot, and he hit it well. Luckily for Rossi, it was straight at Rossi.
And he redeemed himself with a save. Iranio's header out. Farini. On by Pecchia. Maldini to Lentini. Here's Maldini. Now Lentini. Got away from Busso, and it'll be a throw to Napoli. Who will still be scenting they can get something out of this game. Holding Milan, and hopefully they'll go for the victory. Pia with the pass. On from Fonseca, but Canio had wanted offside. As those Milan defenders are getting pushed forward. Canio with 2 chances though, with Milan just wavering at the back. Careless work certainly by Rossi. Almost presented to Canio with a goal. Donadoni. Not a bad man to have in reserve, Donadoni. Class act. Iranio. This is Desai. Now Costa Curta. Milan will look again to take the sting out of the game. Donadoni, who so often comes on for Milan to control the game. But not this time.
Yeah, it seems to be their pattern of play now over the last few weeks. They stick him on the subs bench. In the middle of the second half, they bring him on. He gets on the ball a lot. He gives it simpler move. Gets the give and go going.
Look how far there those Milan defenders had ventured forward.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this at half-time when we were saying that, you know, Malcolm was making the point. They've hardly played any offsides in the first half, but the second half, they've got time to see it, and Baresi, he's a master at knowing when to play offside and when not to play offside.
Forward by Bonucci. And Simone losing out on that particular battle. Here's to Canio now. Costa Curta covering. To Canio, away from Iranio. This is Gambaro. On for Fonseca. Tackled but cleanly by Baresi. There was no question of a foul there. The referee just a few yards away. And in fairness, there was no protest from the Napoli players, only really from the Napoli fans. Just another example of the anticipation of Baresi.
Yeah, I've got to say this, it was a lovely run by Fonseca, and he was first to the ball. Somehow he got it caught up in his feet, and he fell over the ball. It all started with Gambaro down this left side.
News of another goal scored by Lazio this time. Paul Gascoigne's team away to Torino. And the goal scorer, the Italian striker Casiraghi. Well, I don't think impressed you too much in the week, Don. We'll come back to that in a moment as Busso tries to work a path to goal. That was good work by Busso. Oh, and he very nearly caught out Rossi as he's scampered across.
I don't know whether he meant that or not, Peter, but I mean, he got Desai all over the place there with that dummy. And he's whipped it in, and I think he meant a cross, and it nearly nicked into the near post.
Here's the corner, driven hard, driven back through, and just wide. I don't think there was an offside flag up.
Now they come running out when Carina hit that volley.
I think it was Naylor actually who drove it through.
There were blue shirts offside, Peter. There was definitely blue shirts offside, but whether the referee thought they were interfering with play or not, I don't know.
Well, a let-off for Milan. Cannavaro. Now to Canio. Iranio. Carini's tackle. And he went right through him then. He played the ball. Carini.
Definitely got to the ball first. The outstretched leg definitely got his foot onto the ball.
Costa Curta with a free kick then for Milan. Baresi's header. And then by Pecchia. Maldini down for Donadoni. Here's Baresi. Now Iranio. Simone to Desai. Donadoni. Milan stringing their passes together here. Maldini with Lentini. He's away down the left too. Lentini's cross. And it was Bia who headed clear. Not all that effectively though. Picked up by Canio. Pecchia. Donadoni. Neat work then to get away from Carini. And then a careless pass by Donadoni. He's given possession back to Napoli. Fonseca will look to take on Baresi here. Baresi. And he's won the free kick in the end.
That was exceptional defending by Baresi. Kept his composure all the time, kept his eye on the ball. I mean, Fonseca's got some pace, but Baresi definitely showed his pace in that situation.
Donadoni to Simone. Iranio checking back. Costa-Curta, who has learnt so much alongside the masterful figure of Baresi. He really looks himself now an exceptional defender, Costa-Curta, and so much of that is down to playing alongside the great man. Lentini. Naylor battling for it, helped out by Pari. Busso. Napoli again will look to take the game to Milan. They'll have to do better than that. Desai got his foot in. Now they cut forward to Canio. Still to Canio. Still the dummy to Baresi. And it's there! Well, that's some celebration, and it's worthy of it.
Well, I was singing the praise of Rossi, and I don't want to take anything away from Di Canio because it was a brilliant goal. I thought he'd lost his chance to start with because he's beating the defenders on the byline. He looks as though he ought to get his shot in. He came back and beat them again, and he squeezes inside that near post.
Well, Rossi will be very disappointed, but look at the elation of Di Canio. If he ever comes out of there alive, they can get on with the game, but that is someone to celebrate.
He did superb in that situation.
It's a great goal, no question about that.
He got two defenders on him, he beat them twice.
And I think they are somewhat overdoing the celebrations. I don't think he's got a shirt left, he's still carrying it, but it's probably been torn to ribbons by those excited fans.
I know goal scorers are very elated when they get a goal. I can't understand all this, why they take the shirts off there, for the life of me. I know when they think, well, that's enough, I'm off now, cheerio.
Oh, amazing scenes, and they're still celebrating.
And he still hasn't got his shirt on.
Well, he's got a yellow card, and I don't think he can really complain. He probably won't care at the moment, taking his joy too far.
It was a great goal, but that celebrating was definitely over the top.
Thank goodness he kept his shorts on. Well, 12 minutes left. And Milan now are really up against it. And I wonder how they will rise to the challenge. Normally by this stage they've taken the lead in the game. And they find themselves a goal down. There's a lot of unrest in the crowd, which the police are doing their best to deal with. Emotions are running high. Fonseca. Milan, remember, who won their last 9 in a row. But in danger now, being beaten away for the first time since they lost to Sampdoria. Indeed, being beaten only the second time this season. Fantastic noise now around the San Paolo Stadium. But you'd never, ever write Milan off. And they are often at their most dangerous when they are cornered. Well, it's Donadoni with a corner. Fonseca, Baresi's in there first. And no one will find harder than him to redeem the situation.
Yeah, he broke forward well there, Baresi, but Fonseca chased him all the way.
Just one other piece of news while we're waiting for the corner that's coming from Lazio's game. Paul Gascoigne has been substituted. And Marcagiani of Lazio saved a penalty against his former club, Torino. It's a corner here. Tagliatella held on well.
It's superb when the goalkeeper does that for you as a defender. A dead ball situation, when he comes out and catches it for you, you don't have to take the pressure off.
Well, he had a shaky start to the season, Tagliatella, but he's settled well since then and has looked a very accomplished goalkeeper. Napoli edging their way to what they will regard as a famous victory. No question that Sampdoria are going to win today. They've got a fourth goal now, and it's David Platt, the England captain. Sampdoria 4, Foggia 0. And of course, if Napoli hold on to win here, and Sampdoria and Juventus can keep winning, Parma as well, the title isn't quite yet staying with Milan. And I'm hearing that Juventus have taken the lead now away to Cagliari. A penalty from Ravanelli.
All
Di Canio is on cloud 9 down here, Di Canio.
That's right, Peter. I was thinking exactly the same. All of a sudden, like, he's given them all types of problems.
Well, the goal has lifted him, no question about that. And lifted the crowd, and if they can control themselves.
He seems to have come across to this left wing. He's pulled away to this left side. And he definitely is, I don't know whether they think Panucci is vulnerable defensively.
Lentini. Well, Pari claims he went for the ball. The referee saw it differently. Milan are in trouble, but they're trying to claw their way back again. Desai, Eranio. It's another foul. To the dismay of the Milan players. Gambaro, the player who was clattered. But all credit to Napoli for the way they played this afternoon. Just a few minutes left to survive now. Milan making a substitution. Carbone. One for Eranio. 5 minutes left. Angelo Carbone. Tagliatella. One in the air by Maldini. Desai strongly into Cannavaro. Napoli have the free kick.
When you see those challenges, yeah, when you see those challenges, you think, well, what the referee. I know he hasn't got any slow motion replay in front of him, the referee, but.
And then, as a point I always make, he has to make an instant decision. It didn't look to be the right one then. Anyway, here's Fonseca. Carini. Pari. Well, he'll waste a few more seconds. Rossi in a hurry now. Yeah, keep it cool, says Lippi. Costa Curta. Before that setback in Genoa against Sampdoria back in October, Milan have gone 38 away matches without defeat. But they are facing the loss of 2 points today, and as they can retrieve the situation in the last few minutes. Desai. Costa Curta. Simone, Papan! And they've squeezed it away. Well, we've hardly seen Papan in the second half, but he might have snatched a goal back then.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. When a player hasn't played for as many matches that he hasn't played for this Milan team, his sharpness in and around the box goes. You know, you need a couple of games to pick that up.
Donadoni with the corner. Well, I've forgotten Papan was out there, to be honest.
Well, obviously, Peter, things are not right with him, are they?
Baresi. Milan looking to pummel Napoli again. Simone. And how quickly then he was confronted. Here's Maldini. On for Simone. Desperate defending by Napoli. Milan have won the corner. And the old gentleman behind the goal didn't want to give the ball to Simone then. They posted Maldini up. Desai in there as well. And Panucci. Simone to Lentini. 2 minutes left. Carbone. And cleared to the accompaniment of a huge roar from the Napoli fans by Gambaro.
I'm surprised they're not getting those corners right into the box, Peter, because they've got Panucci now playing today, who's good at dead ball situations. They've got Maldini.
Naylor hooks it clear. Everybody back now for Napoli. Simone. A look of frustration on the face of Simone. And the old head at the back, Naylor, will be in no hurry to take this kick. Capello's team in danger of defeat. And who would have thought that against this understrength Napoli side? Well, it was a back pass, so Rossi couldn't handle it. And for a moment then I thought it was going to go in.
Well, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, Baresi just lost his concentration, and he just flicked the ball on as though he could use his hands. I think he'd forgotten that the keeper couldn't use his hands. And in the end, he finishes up heading the ball just under his crossbar.
Well, he showed remarkable composure in the end, Rossi, to keep the ball out. Here's to Canio with the corner. They've only committed a couple of players into the penalty box, Napoli. Perini. Donadoni. Whistles now all around the stadium for the Napoli fans. They're almost there. Carbone quickly taking the throw. Cannavaro is penalised for the challenge on Lentini. We're almost into injury time.
Well, we've got to give them credit today, Napoli, Peter. I mean, they've got that approach right. The first half, they never let Milan settle. The second half, they perhaps couldn't keep up that pace. But every now and again, they've come back and give them problems. Di Canio has kept going at them, taking them on, and Fonseca doing a lonesome job up there by himself. He's kept making his runs and getting all of it and battling away by himself.
Forward by Gambaro.
Two lads in midfield, Carini and Pecchia, very impressive.
So too Sampdoria today. Another goal for David Platt. They're 5 up now. So maybe Milan haven't won this championship yet. But of course the lead is still a very healthy one, even if they do lose this afternoon, which is looking now pretty likely, with only a few seconds remaining. Di Canio, the hero of Napoli. If they can hold out now. Costa Curta. Long ball up towards Papan. Cannavaro wasting a bit of energy, but he won't mind that now. But they want him back in the middle.
Papan, Peter, is not a shadow of his old self, is he? He was so sharp and so decisive.
Donadoni with the corner. And well wide by Desai, to the relief of the Napoli fans.
It's so important the psychology of a player is right. I mean, if you want to get the best out of a player, unless his mind is right and his thinking is right, you don't see the best of that player. And that's definitely right with Papan. He's just not performing for AC Milan.
Deep into injury time. Abone, no, the free kick's given to Milan. Well, his team experienced defeat so rarely, Capello. But it looks as if they are going to concede both the points today. Donadoni. Maybe one last throw of the dice. Desai challenging. To no avail.
They might not think it, but perhaps losing today just might give them the stimulus to go on and win the championship. It might give them that extra determination when they play at home again. You know, and they can't go easy, and they don't think, oh, here we go again. It might just give them that little bit more, hey, come on, let's get it right today.
Well, those Napoli fans won't be worrying about that. This is their championship this afternoon. It might just be the spur, too, that Napoli need now to take them towards UEFA Cup place next season. And how badly they need that with their current debts. Papan felt he was being held back. And in fact, the referee has ruled the other way.
I think the referee said there's a little bit of backing in.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Look at this, over 3 minutes now of injury time.
That's right, Peter. I can understand that because there has been a lot of injuries, a lot of niggling injuries, and players have been down, and the trainers have been on. He's doing the right thing, the referee here.
Naylor to take the kick. Baresi beaten in the air by Fonseca. Well, that's it. The final whistle, and Di Canio's goal, 12 minutes from time, has earned Napoli a famous victory over Milan. Only their second defeat in Serie A this season. As the disillusioned figure of Fabio Capello strolls away, sporting handshake first. This has been Napoli's day. Milan still heading towards the title. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But nothing can take away from Napoli the credit of their display. So let's look back on one or two of the highlights. The first on, this was the chance for Fonseca. And already Di Canio beginning to make his mark.
Well, he did well again out on that left flank. And Fonseca, to get his header back on the target, was wonderful. Terrific agility here. It's going past him towards the back post, and he gets himself around it and pulls it back onto the target.
Great save at the end by Rossi. Now this was an effort from Di Canio after a sloppy piece of work by Rossi. Suddenly presented the ball to Di Canio.
Well, it always seemed as though Di Canio was going to get the chance to win this game. He did in the end, and he was given another chance there by a sloppy goal kick by Rossi.
Well, he was frustrated then, but his moment was still to come. And what a moment it was for Paolo Di Canio.
Well, he's beat Panucci and Baresi twice, and then squeezing it in between Rossi and that near post, and leaves Rossi clutching the net. Wonderful Johan Cruyff trick there. And there goes Rossi looking past him, clutching the net. It's the winning goal.
Well, it set off scenes of celebration, the like of which I don't think I've seen before, as he embarked on a tour of the ground without his shirt. The goal was enough. Milan have been beaten. Victory today for Napoli by 1-0. So I hand you back now to James Richardson.